Welcome
Welcome
to
to
Shade in
Shade
the
in the
City.
City.
I am your girl, Treese.
It's Nels.
And today, y'all, we are jumping right back into Married at First Sight. This is season 16, episode 4, Honeymoon Hiccups. So, if you guys have not already, please make sure that you hit that like button.
And that subscribe button.
And y'all already know. Let's not waste no time. Let's get into it. Let's get shady. So we see our couples waking up. Everybody's, tired, or not even waking up. They're going to bed. I'm sorry. Let me not jump ahead. So everybody's getting ready to go to bed. Kristen is talking to Shaq, and they both agree that things, went well, and they're looking forward to getting to know each other more about the
Kirsten.
process. Huh?
Kirsten.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my bad. Kirsten. Right. Now, Kirsten. Matter of fact, I'm glad that she corrected me. Kirsten, let's come to the front. Come to the front. So you said that you were waiting for Shaq to ask.
I knew that was going to come. I knew he was going to come with that.
You said, and yet when he asked you, you hesitated and basically told him he was going to have to wait. Now, she says she believes a kiss can lead to more for some people. And so she really wants to get to know him first. If excuses were a person. Okay. If excuses were a person. That still is friend zoning himself. Look, it's like Ashley said, friend without the D, because you ain't giving none.
No,
okay.
No D.
So Shaq's like, it's okay with me, and reiterates that, he respects her boundaries. Now we got Dominique. They over here debating over who snores. It was, whatever. But McKinley is very attracted to his new wife and thinks she's sexy. But says it's a little bit more than physical for him. And, Jasmine and Eris, they seem to mutually be attracted to each other. So, she is a little bit worried about him seeing like in her natural state, her not being dolled up. And, he hopes she's ready to go to sleep because he's tired until she comes to bed.
He was like, look, if she's ready to get it in, I'm ready to get it up.
Okay.
Okay.
And then, she comes out in her cute little nightie. That was cute. I think it was the cutest out of everybody. She comes to bed in her little nightie, and that seems to perk him right on up. Okay.
He's like, I like your evening wear.
Now, Brawny, Clint. And when I tell you he took his shirt off, and it was definitely giving Brawny, okay? That chest hair was, I didn't know what was going on. Okay. It was like a forest. Anyway, he's hoping to get some and get lucky with Gina. Now, she thinks Clint is a 12 out of 10. I said, okay. And is excited to go to bed with her new husband. Gina, I'm going to get on you later, but the lie detector determined that what you just said was a lie.
Right.
But anyway, she said he's a 12 out of 10. That's what she's trying to tell us. And although Clint wanted to hit it, he decided it'd be better to get to know his wife better and develop a connection.
He in the same boat as Eris. If she ready to get it in, he ready to get it in.
They all wake up, Kristen and Shaq are talking about how good of a time they had at their wedding and discuss their nighttime routines. And we learned that Kristen I like things a certain way. I'm sorry, Kirsten. Look, I'm off because she off. Anyway, but Kirsten.
I ain't off. That was irrelevant. I cut it out.
We learned that this girl sometimes go to bed without brushing her teeth, which is fine. But for somebody who is so particular about what she like and what she wants, you would think that would be on her list. But I'm just.
And the fact that she brought it up, you would have thought that she was bringing it up because she's on top of it.
Right. Anyway, so now we learned Dominique knows her way around the kitchen a little bit. McKinley jokes that, she liked the fish. She probably caught it.
She said she catch it, clean it, fry it up. all herself.
Price died to the side and said she hopes he's ready to get his hands dirty because
What's crazy is I actually felt like he looked like he was turned off a little bit when she said that.
And McKinley, I'm about to call you out too, sir. You said you dated a black woman before and you never had catfish.
He didn't say he dated a black. Oh, he said he went on a date with a black woman.
Oh, okay.
But he was dating only like white and Hispanic
Latina.
women.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, because I was like, you don't know what catfish is, and you okay.
He was like, I never had catfish. I know she was like,
you just got to get called out that was a lie. And then Chris and Nicole both agree that they don't eat in bed due to the dog hair. Well, that sounds like a problem. That sounds like you need to fix the dog, not the. I mean, I'm not crazy about eating in my bed either, but I want the option to, and I want it to be sanitary. Anyway,
I would just need a dog that don't shed.
That part too. They also talk about, they ponder on what their first fight will be over. And, Chris is just so sweet.
Giving you.
Huh?
Who did they give you? Last season. That wanted to fight so bad. I wonder what our first fight is going to be about. Then they fought the whole damn season.
Oh, Lindsay and Mark.
No, not Lindsay and Mark.
Oh. Noy?
The black people.
Well, there were two last time.
Tina
and Elijah?
No, the ones that fought all the time.
Oh, Jasmina and Michael.
No.
That fought on Jasmina and Michael.
No.
It was Mark and Lindsay, Steve and Noy.
That wasn't last. That's not last season.
Yeah, it was.
No, the real tall dude. You're gonna have to.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry.
I was about to say you're gonna have to cut this out because I'm about to say some real fucked up shit.
No. The girl, Justin and Alexis.
Yes.
Damn. Justin and Alexis. Okay.
You naming off people. I'm like, wait a sec, that ain't last.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was 2 seasons ago. My bad. Look, I got a good memory though. Anyway, so what was I saying? Okay. So yeah, they talk about how, basically they both feel like they're falling for each other. They're not there yet, but she does definitely feel like they're falling in love.
There, she just scared to say it.
What happened?
I think she just scared to say it.
As she should be. It's day 2. Give him a chance. Can I just tell y'all, I will say this because this is actually in my notes. I love seeing them together. Like, he is so sweet, and I wish, but I know I can't be with a man like this because he's too nice. But I love it. I love to see it. I can't do it.
You know what?
I need a little bit of asshole. I need a little bit of F-boy.
You know what it was? Maybe I feel like she was like that at one point too, but she had enough dudes her over.
Right.
When she started talking about her history I said, oh my God. I'd have been behind somebody's bars.
Right. Now, Jasmine has slept on Eris all night, but that's the most that happened. They get breakfast.
He said that's the hottest they got all night.
Right. They get breakfast and he comments on her bacon, but then he admits that he misses it. And I don't know why, but I thought about you during that scene because I was like,
I thought about me too, child.
Right.
I'd
be like, oh, so you got an issue?
I'd be like, oh, for real?
Right. They discuss, their upcoming meetings with the family members, and Eris is going to go sit down with Jasmine's father and brother. But then I realized a lady was there. So was that her mother too that was there?
Yvette, her mom.
Okay, so that was her mom. And then she's obviously going to have to go meet with mom and Felina again.
Mm-hmm. And Lori is, and Kim. I'm sorry, Kim is the cousin. Lori's the mom.
So Eris knows that, Felina hasn't been on board, but hopes she gets on board soon because he wants her in his life and his wife's.
So Eris met with Jasmine's father, Andrew, her brother Pernell, and her mom, Yvette. Andrew tells him, being the only child, basically, he missed out on, having siblings and, the fights and stuff like that. He said he ain't had none of that experience. He was like, so her brother was like, you ain't even fight over the shower you going to now.
Right.
I know my sister, you going to now. So that would so be me.
Especially as right.
You definitely fighting over the child with me.
Because
Look,
even when she was just taking her stuff off, it seemed like a lot.
So Eris, he asked if she's organized or organized chaos. And Andrew said basically it depends on what it is. You know, in her as a as a coach, she's a sergeant. Everything else she kind of slack on, you know. She really got to care about it is what I got. And he kind of understands that. He was like, you know, we all kind of be like that. I can't see Eris like that. He gives me like, I'm gonna tell you when we're not recording who he gives me a little bit.
Oh, okay.
And he basically says that, you know, he believes one of the keys to marriages is allowing Eris to be Eris and allowing Jasmine to be Jasmine, because that's where the union came together, and tells him he's counting on him because, you know, he's to the point that at one point he was the male figure to her, and he is now passing the torch. So I don't know. I felt like Eris was like, damn, that's a lot of pressure on me, but you know, he want to step up and be a husband. So Jasmine, she met with Eris's family, his cousin Kim, Felina, we know who that is, and, and his mom Lori. Lori asked if it seems real, and she says, oh yeah, absolutely, it definitely seems real. She felt it when she was coming down the aisle and had a whole husband waiting there for her, had people, you know, around. She's like, this is for real, like I'm really getting married, like, you know. And Felina kind of laughs and she's like, I think it's crazy. And I mean,
I still think it's crazy. She has no filter. She has no filter. She was literally like, all your answers seem very
in the confessional. It was in the confessional. She couldn't even get out the word wife. She was laughing at the word wife. She was literally cackling, like giving hyena, like for
it was giving witch. That's what it was giving.
So she asked Jasmine, why does she think it's so important now for her to have this type of relationship? I need you to elaborate. What do you mean? This type of relationship, a marriage? Is that what you're saying? Because where your rock at, boo?
Felina, where is your man? That was my next question.
Just saying. Jasmine said that, you know.
Oh, I'm sorry. You too busy worried about your cousin. Weird.
So
weird.
Jasmine said, you know, she's at the stage in her life where she's happy with everything in her life, everything going on around her. She was just missing her person and someone to start a family with, someone to depend on, and that depends on her as well. Kim asked her if she's excited to move in together and has she ever lived with a guy. She says yes, her past relationship, she did, you know, she was living with her dude. And oh my goodness, why the hell she said this? Because of course she struck the match. And Felina is like, oh, well, how long ago was that? She tells her it was 7 months ago. And she's like, are you sure you're over that? That was just, you know, just the other day, basically. And Jasmine's like, yeah, you know, it's fresh. But in relationships, you know, a breakup is just a timestamp. But mentally, physically, and emotionally, you've already broken up before you've broken up with the person. And Fowl is just like, oh my God, you are a pageant sister. You stay ready. Let me tell you something. If Jasmine did not feel the shade before, or she was trying to let it roll off her shoulders before, she definitely felt it now. Because I was like, I know she was like, what? And basically, she tells her, she was like, you know, from what I've seen on TV, basically in the pageant world, you got to be ready. You got to have the right answers. It got to be a perfect answer. And basically, that's what this is. This is what it's giving. And she basically tells her, you know, that my prayers are with you through this process, because she knows her cousin is a boy. Shaq sat down with Kirsten's cousin, Takina, her friend Jasmine, and Elise. Takina says she wants to make sure he's intentional about her friend and his marriage. Okay. Because Kirsten came into this process very intentional. He said initially, you know, he didn't seek out the opportunity, but he did see the ads and the billboards. And he was like, it's not for me. But he said it just kept on appearing, and says that he believes that their lives are preordained. And he feels like, you know, it just kind of fell right into his lap. Jasmine says that it seems like everything is just coming to him. She was like, everything is just coming to you. Now, what if Kirsten doesn't? What if she don't come to you? What if she don't open up right away? How you gonna handle that, brother?
Good
And
point.
he says it's about balance. Like, that would be you. That would be you. Because that's so me. And he
Like
says
when she's still not kissing you and it's 3 years, are you going to be able to wait?
I wouldn't make nobody. I just don't like you. I'm just not that into you. And basically he says it's about balance, and they're still learning each other, and they have to build a bond between them. Elise says she lets him know that you have to be careful who you let into your heart, and that's why she's a little bit hesitant and slow. But if he's consistent, she's going to bloom like a flower. Child, whatever. So they go back to the hotel.
No blossoms.
Huh?
I don't think there'll be any blossoms.
Listen, the fact she's not physically attracted to him, she got to really, really, listen. McKinley met up with Tia, Dom's aunt, Toya, her mom, and her grandmother, Leah. McKinley says that he's super happy, he's excited, and eager to learn more. Miss Toya said, honey, not today. Okay, we want the tea on you.
Right.
All right.
You don't need to know nothing about me.
Right. Or no tips and tricks, sir. We here to find out about you. Let you into our circle, not the other way around.
Right.
And she asked him if he's ever been engaged. He says no, he's never been engaged. And Leah, the grandmother, she's like, oh my goodness, why not? Like, you, like, all these women out here hungry.
Like, yeah, oh, ain't nobody got you yet. What's
but
going
the way
on
she said it, she was like, she made it sound like the ladies is thirsty, like they are parched.
It was giving grandma got a thing for young men.
She looked pretty young herself now. She looked
I
good.
was gonna say, grandma might be a cougar.
Sure, you wouldn't have been able to tell me she a grandma now. She looked good. Now, he says that he was in serious relationships, but he was a bit of a rambler in his 20s. His 30s was more career focused. And right now, he's where he wants to be in his life. And he believes that he's ready, to be married. So Tia asked him if he's ever dated a woman of another race before. And he said he's mostly dated white and Latina women, and says he's gone on dates with Black women, but hasn't had a lot of return luck on that side. So they wasn't really feeling him. Maybe because you ain't never had no catfish.
Okay.
They say, my family's concern is about the race thing. It says Dominique, she's used to dealing with it, but doesn't know how Mac is going to deal with it. And that's why they're asking all these questions, to make sure that, he can stick it out for a lifetime.
Right. Go ahead.
Dominique is having brunch with his mom, Linda, his sister, Miley, and his best friend, Taylor. Dominique says that, they've had some conversations, but not for as long as they should have. And not as long as she would have liked to.
Is it just me, or I see why her mom is worried just from this scene alone, because I felt bad for her. I mean, granted, you're a stranger. It's weird. You're meeting.
I feel like she handled herself good.
But I just felt like it was a little, it looked awkward to me. It looked awkward. And I feel like
it was
the way awkward. That they made her feel, especially I don't know.
It was the mom.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, the mom. And then I just felt like nobody else jumped in to like try to make her feel more comfortable. So I can kind of see what her mother is concerned about. Mm-hmm. Because even, what was it, Miley, who said she was all for it, I would expect her to be a little bit like she was the first time when they sat down, the wedding night, when she sat down and talked to her. So I don't know. I don't know. It just seemed awkward to me, and it felt, I don't know. I felt bad for her because I was like, it literally.
I'm not gonna say I felt bad for her, because I feel like she handled herself well.
I think she did too, but I don't think they did.
No, they didn't. But I like the way she handled herself, so I didn't feel bad for her. I actually like the scene. I enjoyed the scene myself.
Oh,
I felt like, she was just kind of like, bitch, do something about it because
I'm the wife.
exactly.
Right.
Look, you can feel how you want to feel, but
I'm
he
the
signed
wife.
up for this. He's grown. Okay.
Look, and didn't she say, I hope we don't get somebody too bitchy?
And she was in a nice way. So that's why I didn't feel bad for her. I liked it. But she did let them know that she was like, I don't know where y'all got him being shy from because he didn't have a shy bone in his body. She said he's actually a little bit sassy. Taylor's happy to hear this because she's like, oh, okay, he's comfortable with you. He's
Right.
comfortable. But I like to hear. So Taylor asked her why she wanted to marry a stranger. Now, Dominique says that her mom is the one that actually signed her up for it initially. And felt that, she'd be a great fit for it because she takes relationships seriously. And she says that, she deserves someone. She also agrees with her mom that she deserves someone who is wholehearted and committed. So, she was with the process too. She says that she felt if her husband comes in the process as committed as she is, basically it gotta work. Why wouldn't it? Okay. And of course, Linda made it awkward, but
Right.
by saying, oh, I think this is nuts. Lady, you're nuts. Okay. Nobody really cares what you think. Where's your husband? I'm just saying.
Where is
Um,
it? Ooh. Mm.
So basically, she asked, she's like, hey, he just moved here to Tennessee. His whole support system is back in Michigan. What if he wanted to move back? Dominique said, it would be tough because my mom here is an hour and a half away and y'all are super far. So it would be tough. And if you could have saw the look on Linda's face, it made me happy in every way. Like, do something. I loved it. I love the scene.
Next, we have Cleaner, which
That's
is Gina and Clint.
that's cute. Helena, you put them together and didn't even mean to.
I did not.
Okay, so Clint met up with Isabel, Gina's sister-in-law, and her brother Mark. Clint says that so much has been going on over the past couple of weeks. Once he saw Gina waiting at the end of the aisle, all his anxiety was alleviated.
Right.
That was cute, sir. That was cute. Isabel says that he seems super chill, but wants to know what'll happen if a problem arises, and like basically what type of problem will make him shut down. And basically, from what I got was hard-headedness,
Right. Stubbornness.
and not being able to resolve conflict.
Right.
Is what'll make him shut down. Now, Isabel says the red flag that she sees is that they're too similar. She said they just like, they're male and female versions of each other. And she don't know how they're gonna learn from each other because they just alike. Okay. Now, her brother's concern is that she doesn't have a lot of free time and says that she travels frequently and just wants to know how they gonna make that work, with his busy schedule and him sailing also. And Clint says, it's a conversation. We're gonna have to work through it. We're gonna have to get it done. Now, Gina met up with Clint's friend David and his father Rob. David says, now that you've seen him with his jacket off,
The
seeing him
forest on his chest.
right. He said, "You so stupid." He said, "Do you think he's hot?"
Gina.
Yeah. She said, "Yeah." She think he's hot. But then she went into this whole spiel about how she like tall, dark, and handsome men,
She
and
usually doesn't like people with
the light
lighter
hair, and the red beard is usually not her thing. But the last dude she dated, that's what it was. But she eventually grew an attraction to him. And
so basically, you're saying you're not attracted to Clint.
But you literally just out your mouth said that though. I mean,
to his friends.
Make it make sense. I'm gonna say this. From the preview that we saw about him saying the thing about the thick girls, what he doesn't normally date or whatever.
That may be where that came from.
And there was another Did you see the preview for the next one too?
Mm-hmm.
I can't be mad. I can't be mad. I can't be mad at Slenda. Or what is it? What is it? What's his name? What's the name?
Oh, Cleaner.
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 Chris met with Nicole's stepdad, Mike, her mother and father, Nancy and Mark. Okay. Chris opened up the
ain't
floor.
got no names. You did real good. You did real good. I have not one name.
What you got? Mama, daddy, sister, brother, cousin?
I said they sit down with Nicole's family and Chris's family. Ain't no name, ain't no identification on who it is.
So Chris opened up the floor for any concerns they may have. Sir, why did you do that? And of course, Mark.
You already know her daddy ain't feeling you.
Mark took that opportunity to jump right in and let him know that when he heard about this, he didn't like the idea at all. Okay. And says he always felt that the hardest thing was like in a relationship when two people are trying to get together, it was the compromise and merging their lives together to be married. But look, you guys are already married. And Chris says he thinks it's important to take interest in each other's likes. He thinks that that's the base of a marriage. I'm just whatever. Nancy asked if he's ready to be a husband, and he says he thinks he is. And of course, Daddy didn't like that answer because, sir, you're already a husband.
Right.
What are you talking about?
You better be ready. Stay ready.
Right? If you're ready, you better get ready, sir, because you're already a husband. And of course, he let him know it. And Mark says, he thinks he's a nice guy, but most serial killers are.
What is with the serial killer references, people?
I think he just thinks he's too nice. You know what? We had a middle school teacher. I'm not gonna name her name, even though I still remember it because she was super nice. Everybody loved her. I mean, nice, super freaking nice. But back in the day when you used to have morning announcements, so ours were video, right? And they put her on the screen, but it was like a voiceover talking about how one day she might like chop somebody up or like be a serial killer. Like, I mean, they didn't say those exact words or serial. I don't know.
Yeah. Right.
But they didn't say those words because it was on the morning announcements. But I mean, basically that's what they said because she was like so nice. She thought it was funny, but you would expect her because she was just so nice. But sometimes when people come off just like too nice, where like nothing bothers them, it makes you feel like they're bottling everything up, and then one day they'll just explode.
It's called snap.
Basically, exactly. Well, those people aren't always super nice. They just
right.
Basically says just because he's nice doesn't mean that he's a serial. But the jury's still out on him. Okay. Chris says that he's committed to making this work. And he's in it for the right reasons. And Mark basically tells him, actions speak louder than words.
Basically.
So Nicole.
So let that do the talking and you stop.
I would have been like, well, give me a chance, sir, because every time I see you, you bring this up.
That's true. It's only been day 2, sir.
I mean,
give me
already
time to prove myself.
Already you've been up in there with no lube. So can you give me a chance?
Right.
So Nicole met with Chris's mom, Judy, his father, Jeff, and his brother, Brandon. Nicole says she wants to know everything. Like, what was he like as a kid? We know Nicole wants to know everything. Oh my God, I'm so glad she asked all the questions that we know she can. Okay, she probably would have made them dizzy. Okay, Judy told her he's always been big-hearted, he's nurturing, and he will lift you up and make you laugh. Brandon tells her that in the past, he's always been consumed with relationships. And she said she's always going to encourage him to, have his own life because she wants the same. She want to have her own life. She want to dip out when she wants to. Okay. Judy says
she don't want nobody all up in her arse.
Judy says it's a mutual respect thing. And his dad says he's been wanting a really good relationship for a long time. Nicole reassures them that is what she is there for, to provide him with. Brandon says that his concern is if things didn't work out, he'll take it really hard, making it personal and hurting his confidence, making it difficult for him to move on.
Right.
And this conversation helps Nicole feel that, you know, she has to be his protector and protect his heart. And she's, you know, she says it's great to know because it's not something she would have normally thought about.
So we see that, you know, a few of our couples went back and reported to their partners how things went with the families. Now, Shaq goes back to tell Kirsten, I got it right this time, and lets her know that, you know, her friends were tough. However, he does talk about that he feels his family always thinks that he's good and he struggles silently a lot. Kirsten admits that that is also something that she struggles with as well. So they agree that they're going to work on it together. While Jasmine is going back to tell Eris and give him the rundown about how Felina tried to barbecue her ass. Now, I
She was
think
like, he was like, how did it go? She was like, it went. Like I was sitting there thinking, like, look, I was like, yeah, to hell in a handbasket if that's what the
right,
hell.
right. Like Mel said, it went to hell. Now, now, you know, she explains that regardless of what I said, anything I did, Felina basically just ain't feeling her. She basically gave her the business. And, you know, Eris admits that he kind of expected that, but he's still hopeful it will get better over time. Because, you know, him and Felina are super close. I said what I said. Go ahead. Oh, and then they find out they're going to Jamaica, y'all. Woo, confetti. So that's where they're going. Right. Maybe that's why the you know, the receptions weren't, I mean, the weddings weren't all frou she, as some of the viewers discussed.
I think I'd rather have a better honeymoon.
Right. And when they do learn they're going to Jamaica, Shaq breaks the news that, hey, we're going on 2 trips. One to Jackson, I believe, Mississippi. And yeah, he has something he has to present, some research, and
he has to turn in research for his class.
He wants to see.
And he ain't even prepared, y'all.
He wants Kirsten to see him in his element. So, you know, he's like, I decided that you should go with me. Now, can I tell you, I feel like she was mad because why can't I go a day before you and sit in the sun?
First of all, he didn't even ask. First of all,
he did not. He did not.
Sound like he already, he was like, and you're coming with me,
right? And she was not. She was like, what? She was like, what am I supposed to do? Just sit up in a hotel while you present something? And he already said he wanted you to see him do his thing. So no, it don't sound like you're gonna be sitting up in a hotel, sweetheart.
That's what it didn't. It didn't sound that way, but it seemed like that's what it was.
That's probably what happened.
You got me stuck. So I don't even know.
Like I could have been like, sir, we are in the days of Zoom. I will watch you while I am on the beach in Jamaica from my iPad.
I'd have been like, yeah. So that's
actually not iPad because I'm not an Apple person, but you know what I meant.
I'd have been like, yeah, that's not how it's going down. Okay, not at all. So
not today, Satan.
You didn't ask me for a kiss, and you didn't
not today, Shaq.
You didn't ask me for a kiss, and you ain't asked me if I want to go on this trip. Okay, and it's not going to happen. I will meet you there when you get there. I'll see you when you get there. Right. No, I would have. No. She's so nice. So I'd have been like, no, not at all. But yeah, basically, she's like, you know, I'm already making a bunch of sacrifices for you. You're gonna have to make it up to me. You wouldn't have been able to make that up to me. I'd have left. I'd have met you there. Everybody met up before they head out to, you know, go to Jamaica. And everybody finds out that Kirsten and Shaq are going to be a day late. Eris says everything seems cool and everybody's getting along, but you never know how things are gonna go once alcohol get in people's system, and that is so true.
We saw what happened with Lindsay 2 seasons ago,
right? He says on the trip he's looking forward to getting some intimacy and spice things up a little bit. I don't know where this little extra little came from. We know what he wanted, but he wasn't talking like this before. I think it's because he got in front of the guys. Now, Gina notices that everybody's not, you know, like they're not grossed out by their significant, their husband or wife, actually, their spouse.
Thank God Kirsten wasn't on the bus. That might have changed that vibe.
That's true. She says everybody seems, pretty touchy-feely. The couples arrive in Jamaica, they're having their welcome drinks, while poor Kirsten is over in Jackson,
Sitting
Mississippi,
up
stuck
in
in a
her
hotel
room.
room. Oh, right. She showed up is. Sorry, you would have came back to an empty
I would have
room.
been 38 hot.
He would have came back to an empty room.
Or
You told me
if you would have done that to me, I'm getting massages while I'm in there. I am going to make sure that I'm having the
I'm
best.
sure she don't got his credit card just she ain't got his credit card
It's
just
only
yet.
a
Okay.
few days.
What would have happened was he would have came back to an empty room. Because sir, what you told me was I was gonna see you in your element, and all I'm seeing is hotel rooms. Okay, no. I'm seeing hotel walls. You got mixed up, okay?
Well, I wonder, is that because she wanted to? Like, I feel like she was so pissed off. She was like, I'm not going.
Yeah, if that's the case, then I would have just been in my Jamaica hotel room.
Right.
Not in Jackson, Mississippi. No. So Eris is in his room with Jasmine, being treated like a king, being fed grapes, because this is what he requested of his queen. And she said, whatever you
Can
like.
I tell you, Jasmine out here giving, let me cater to you. Like, okay.
Period.
When
And
she said she wanted a king, she definitely was gonna treat him like that.
Chris is over here spilling out his heart to Nicole, talking about his past relationship and the lack of intimacy that he had in that relationship, how they felt like strangers. Nicole is just happy that, she finally has someone that's opening up first to her. And, she lets him know that she does have something called vacation anxiety because, while she's on vacation, she is her. She's totally her. She's fully relaxed. And some people don't really like that side of her. Okay.
Is Nicole gonna be the new Lindsay?
I don't know. I don't really know how to take that, but listen, her boo is like, I'm here for it. Whatever you got, boo, I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna love your dirty draws.
So was Mark until she did it.
I guess you got a point there, but yeah, yeah. And
you
and
remember
Mark was,
if it wasn't
Mark
for
was
Mark,
considered,
Lindsay almost messed up everybody's honeymoon.
Yeah, and Mark was considered the super nice one. So
right,
yeah, you might got a point.
It's given a lot familiar. It's giving familiar.
Now, Nicole also expresses that she can relate to him with his horrible relationships because in the past she's had them too. She says her first relationship was super toxic. She had a boyfriend that even told her that she wasn't worth love, and he was lucky that he even liked her. Told her that if you really love me, you'll let me burn you with a cigarette, and she has a reminder of that till this day. Yeah,
I'm mad that she'd actually let him do it.
I would have been under somebody's jail. Now, she feels like every relationship after that she's been in, she's had to basically show that she's worthy of love and prove herself. But she feels like she's changed for the better. And, she knows her worth. She knows she's worthy. And Chris is just happy that she's open and vulnerable with him and says that he cares about her past and he knows that he can't change it. But it's nice to know that she's been through what she's been through and that he admires everything about her. I told you he want to smell that girl dirty draws.
When a real man was a real one, when he sees
what?
Yes. Okay. That's what it's giving, a woman's worth. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Guys, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
We will pick up with how the rest of the honeymoon goes. Hopefully Nicole does not turn into Lindsay 2.0.
For me, it looked that, and seeing that little clip of
Jean with Cleaner.
Clean.
It's gonna be well, no, don't Eris say something stupid to Jasmine too?
Oh, she said something like, she asked him a serious question. He said, what's your favorite position?
Whew. All right, y'all. If you have not already, please make sure that you hit that like button.
You comment.
You subscribe.
And you hit the notification bell.
And y'all, please make sure that you're following us on all the platforms that we are on: TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. And y'all, we appreciate the support. We love you. Thank you for continuing to help us grow and glow. And we will catch y'all next week for another review of Married at First Sight. Have a great weekend, y'all.
Good night.